All right, guys, welcome back to the Swing Society podcast. So this week, Shaheen is out working with some of his Champions Tour players and is not available. But I have myself a wonderful guest, Taylor Crosby, out of Georgia. Man, how you doing, buddy?
Good man, how you been?
Pretty good, pretty good. I've been hoping to get you as a guest here on this podcast because you are always an interesting person to have a conversation with.
Well, I'm way prettier than Shaheen, so
You definitely are.
it's
You know him well. You're buddies with him as well. So we know you are the prettiest man in golf instruction. Um, why don't you tell everyone a little bit about yourself so they know who I am talking to if they haven't seen you before?
so. My name is Taylor Crosby. I'm the lead instructor at the Kingdom at Reynolds Lake Oconee. So we're right in the middle of Georgia. I always tell people we're halfway between East Lake and Augusta National. So we're literally right on the off the interstate. Chris, you've been here before. We've taught here
Mhm.
before. Um, and I've been here for 7.5 years now, long time. But I've been teaching for 16 years, taught for Jim McLean for a long time, and now teaching on my own here for the last 7.5, and worked a lot with you and with Shaheen. Shaheen was my swing coach for a long time until he got so busy. Um, and I don't really want to go up to Montreal. But
Yeah.
I'm too busy teaching to be able to have time to do that. But ton of stuff, and I teach pretty much every level of golfer. So I've got some tour pros, got some really good junior collegiate players, but mainly I teach a lot of 5 to 25 handicap recreational golfers, members out of my club.
You have a gorgeous golf course.
Yes.
That is a treat when you get to go out there and teach to you. I'm sure for anybody taking a lesson from you, it's
Yeah.
an absolute treat to go out there. Tell me a little bit about your actual facility, man.
So, so my facility is pretty cool. We've got 2 hitting bays that have TrackMan, all that kind of stuff. The vista looking out's pretty impressive too. Really nice clubhouse. But Reynolds, we have 7 golf courses right now. We will have 8 in October. The
Okay.
eighth one, dude, this one's going to be unbelievable. It's insane. It's Steve Smyers is doing it. Did Old Memorial down in Tampa. Really good. Good designer. Going to max out like 8,000 yards. We won't use it there, but we want to be able to host some USGA events. So we're building a really hard golf course to be able to host stuff like that. But yeah, it's a cool spot. We have almost 5,000 members
Mhm.
across there. So like we're really busy all the time. The golf course that I'm at is probably the busiest one. We've got a Ritz-Carlton right with it. So we do a lot of golf. Like it's 180 to 210 rounds a day during peak season. Like right now, it's probably about to be a little too hot here soon for everybody. But yeah, I mean it's really cool. It's a cool place to come to work. I know that's for sure. I'm lucky.
I would say that it is one of the coolest golf courses I've taught at and been to, and I'd love to just one of these days. You know how little I play golf. I
Right.
would love to get out there with you and just go play for a few days, take a trip out there just for fun to do that. Those golf courses are absolutely amazing. So before we get into the main dive of the podcast, you'll notice that Mr. Crosby has a better rig and setup than I do once again because guess what? I'm still on the road. I'm hanging out, having a little vacation here, a little off time. We're getting ready to head back to Vegas. I'm getting ready to head back to Vegas. We wrapped up a fun run of golf schools last week. We did Anchorage, Tacoma. I am currently finishing up my vacation, getting ready to go back and fly to Australia and Asia. We got a bunch of schools there. I have a
Wow.
couple spots remaining for events there in Australia and a couple in Manila. We got Korea sold out, Japan sold out. First day in Manila sold out. But if you're interested in a spot, you can always DM me. God, that's a beautiful background. That is not fake.
That is
Yeah,
that
that's
is
right.
that is that's way better than my wood background here. Well,
Yeah,
that
but
helps. That makes it better.
dude,
But
that's a sick little podcast room. You need to get your own podcast going. Apparently, all the kids are doing it now. So, In this podcast, I guess one thing to do before that, I've been announcing leg two dates. So if you head over to my website, ChristopherHowardGolf.com, you can see all those bunch of fall dates. I've been known to follow the Saints around, so there's a lot of stuff in the South going on this year. Um, but towards January, I got a big one that we're announcing here in Atlanta,
Yes,
and I'm gonna have a pretty good guy teaching with me. It's been a few years since I've been to Atlanta, so it's been a few years
it
since you and
has.
I have taught together. I'm excited. You ready to do this one with me?
Yeah, let's do it. So, guys, it's gonna be a blast. We've done, I don't know, 2 or 3 schools in Atlanta, at
Yeah.
least something like that. The first one we did, which was pretty cool, was the first time Georgia won the national championship. It was that day, and I drove
Mm-hmm.
back home and watched the game.
Hmm.
So 2021, that was pretty cool. But yeah, it's been a while, but I'm excited about that. I think I can't remember what day you said, but yeah, January. Golf course to be announced. We'll figure that out. I'll find us a really good spot in Atlanta to do it. That makes it easy for everybody to get in and out, close to the airport, somewhat, and have some fun.
Yeah, so that's definitely one to come in, and I guarantee you, by the time this podcast is out, the date will be announced on ChristopherHowardGolf.com. You can book over there. If you know Taylor, just send him a message. He can get you set up as well. So the point of this podcast, we want to help golfers. That's the whole goal here. So I have a couple simple swing questions. I always my golf school group basically comes up with the questions that I
Nice.
ask on these podcasts, and I know you are a very talented instructor, and I know let's point out one more thing. You got a pretty good player base as well. You say
I
you
do.
work with the 5 to 25 handicap all day, but I know you've worked with some good ones. And
I've got some good ones.
in terms of your playing background, you played some college golf. You had a pretty good roommate.
I
Who?
did. I did. It was so the same year I came in is a guy who's doing pretty well in the booth now.
Mm-hmm.
He played really well in some match play events. Kevin Kisner. He was actually the first 4-time All American at Georgia, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, like that guy, he's exactly what you like when you see him on a barstool stuff. That's exactly who he's been since he was 15 years old. Like, so it's as genuine as it gets. Like that, he is that guy. And a hell of a golfer, obviously, too, but one of the best putters I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, you can tell that guy is a genuine guy.
Yeah, like
Some guys you watch on TV and you're like, I think he's putting on airs, but Kiz is
nah,
just
he's
himself. You gotta like that.
he's
No,
toned down, actually, than what he really is.
he's toned down.
Yeah,
I can believe
he's
that.
toned down a little bit.
He seems like a brilliant golf mind, a good person to listen to, and probably a fun roommate to have when you're a college
Yeah.
golfer.
Uh-huh. It's probably why I didn't keep playing. He knew how to have fun and still play well. I didn't.
Wait, hold on. Finish your
Mm.
thought. I got disconnected for a second.
I was like, that's probably why he played as long as he did. He knew how to manage those. I wasn't quite as good at managing the fun and the golf. So that's probably why
Yeah,
I'm just teaching golf now, not playing.
sure. Sure, I get that. So, we talk about management. Now, one of my players put in a comment for this week and would love to know your opinion. And I'll offer mine towards the end here. When you're playing around a golf and things start to go a little bit haywire, what do you do to bring it back? Now, you're talking high level golf, but I feel that this can bleed down to any level golfer. What do you
It
do to
can.
get it back and turn the round around, salvage it, you know, put together a good
You,
score?
depending on your level, right? Like there are levels to it. Like a super high level golfer, they're going to have like my collegiate professional players, they're going to have a shot that's kind of a go-to shot. I call it like mine for this is just for me, right? Like if I was out playing, I have my Tommy Fleetwood shot. Just kind of a little three-quartery shot, and I know it's going to go pretty straight. I'm going to go at the middle of the green. I'm going to do those kind of things. I'm going to like when things start going funky. The thing that I try to do is make golf as much of a math problem as I can. So I take the emotion out of the decision making. So I'm going, okay, what area, where can I hit it that gives me the highest probability of positive outcome? Right? Not necessarily for like trying to play for the next shot. Hey, like this tee shot, I aim it here, I hit it this yardage. What club does that make up that's the widest area between hazards or penalty areas, whatever it might be? Hey, it might be a 6 iron. You hit 6 iron wedge. That's fine. I don't care. But like I'm going to try to find what spot gives me the best place for the most positive outcomes, right? And then after I hit that shot, what the next one? What gives me for this next shot? Where's my biggest area to get a positive outcome, right? And just keep doing that as I go through the hole. That doesn't mean necessarily being uber conservative,
Sure.
but for each one, hey, where can I aim? Where can I try to hit this the best I can and give me the biggest area to hit the most good shots, right? Because I think, a lot of us, I mean, all of us are guilty of it. All of us golfers, we're all mental. Like we are. Like it just happens,
Sure.
right? I mean, you get headless, you get going fast, you get mad. But the more that you can go, okay, look, let me break this down. If I had a caddy standing next to me, what would he be telling me to do? Right? Like, not, oh man, I've made 2 dubs in a row. My swing's out of whack. I got to try and get this back. I got to start making some things happen. Like, that's when it can go really off the rails. And then, like for the recreational golfer, right? I think the biggest one is if you've got an instructor, find a good instructor that you trust. Find out how far you hit the ball. Like really actually know, right? And if you know that, then you can start, trying to execute better on the golf course. But if you're just guessing, hey, I've hit a 7 iron 150 one time, like that doesn't mean you hit a 7 iron 150 yards.
Sure.
I've got a lot of people that come in here. Hey, do you actually fly at about 130 yards? Okay, well, now that you know that, let's use that to our advantage. Let's start doing what it needs to do. Because like the club is just a tool to get to a yardage. And once we start to realize that, it doesn't matter the number on the club or whatever we're doing, then we can take it into that math equation. Hey, what gives me the biggest area of positive outcome? Like that's how I try to do all my on-course lessons. You and I've done on-course stuff before. Hey, where can we hit it that gives you the biggest area for something good to happen, right? It doesn't always have to be, a lot of times it is driver. I mean, that's fine. I mean, it is. But, like, hey, where can I go that I can eliminate doubles or eliminate penalty shots, right? Where can I go that I can eliminate those things as best I can, right? You don't always execute, that happens, but the best I can, how can I eliminate those? Because the easiest way to make par is to have a putt for birdie.
Sure.
Like it is. And the easiest way to make bogey is to have a putt for par. Like most of our players that we're with, hey, if they can have a putt for par on every single hole, I don't care if it's 50 feet, they're going to be playing, they're going to be a mid-handy, a 10 to 12 handicap golfer. And like, that's your top 20% in the world at that point. Like,
Yeah.
You're a really good golfer. People don't realize that. Like that you're better than what people think. Because all of us talking heads on here, like we were all pretty good golfers. Like we're like, I'm in the top, that's going to sound, I'm in the top 1%, but I'm so far away from the top percent of like PGA Tour players.
Sure.
I'm still, like Andrew Scalabrini, right? He's like, I'm closer to LeBron than you'll ever be, or closer to Jordan than you'll ever be. I'm still so far away from any PGA Tour player. But, like we can get it around a little bit easier. We know our golf swings backwards and forwards. But, I think the more that you can make it a math problem, the easier it becomes.
I think that's a fun point that you just brought up there about how far away we are from tour players. I have had 4 players shoot 59 in competitions, and none of them have made it.
No,
like people at home. My favorite thing, and I talked to Shaheen about a month ago about this, and I'd love your take. And it's a comment I get all the time from people reaching out to me about golf schools, and they're like, I shoot 78 now, but my buddies think I'm right there, man. If I could get the right instruction, I got a chance to be out there on the PGA Tour. I really feel it's the right coaching, and I just sit there. I'm like, I don't know how to. I used to coddle people like that and keep their dreams alive, but at this point in time in my career, I'm just like, yeah, man. If you're 28 years old and you're shooting 78,
You got no
That
chance.
that dream has probably sailed, my friend. I mean,
Yeah.
you see Calvin Pete. He's the guy who started in his 20s and made it. The
But
odds of that ever
Larry
happening again.
Nelson, like it
Yeah.
hasn't happened since. It
Yeah.
hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Like
And,
this is
and, and it
just
won't.
never going to happen again. No, I have. I mean, I've had plenty. You've had the same. Like I've had professional athletes that are retiring, NFL things like that. Hey,
Yeah.
they're 32 years old, 33 years old. Hey, Taylor, if I really dedicate this for the next 17, 18 years, do you think I can make the Champions Tour? I'm like, no.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, they're like, why not? I'm like, well, the guys that are playing the Champions Tour are already on the PGA Tour and they're going to be practicing the next 17, 18 years. I was like,
Yes.
and they're already way ahead of you, dude.
Yes.
Like,
And they're
it's
going to
just
keep
not
competing against the best
yeah,
players in the world the whole
it's
time.
not a fair fight, man.
You, you
Like, it's
know,
just
you
not.
know, one guy I have worked with in the past, a little bit, Danny Woodhead.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
dude is a stick, and he plays in a lot of USGA
But
events.
he was
He's
a golf, like he
probably not
played
gonna.
golf before. Like
He
it's
did,
not like he just started golf when he got done.
yeah,
Like a Steph Curry, guys, like they played golf since they were kids.
yes, and they all
That
have
is a little different.
reasonable expectations of
No, like
what
yeah,
they're. Yes,
Danny could play in the mid am. He could qualify for USA. He has qualified for USAM, hadn't he?
yeah, hmm
Yeah, I mean, like he's made it to sectionals for the US Open, which is wild. Like that's more than half the pros that I know can do. Like all the
yes,
mini tour guys, like they don't get out locals, and he's done it.
yes. He is a absolute stick, but I
Yeah,
mean
he's a stick.
the odds of most people getting to that level that he's at, and you're right, he has experience. It
Right.
wasn't like he just retired from football and said, I want to hit a golf ball around and
Yeah,
see how good
like
I can
that.
get.
He's done it before.
Yes, yeah. That so I mean, I think
Like an
most
Aaron
people,
Hicks. Aaron Hicks could do it probably.
yeah,
The guy smashes it. He's really good, but he's
it's
played
it,
golf his whole life.
it's all about reasonable expectations. I love hearing that, and there's just such a difference between those guys out there on the PGA Tour in every part of their game. So that's the game management question I got. Now,
Okay.
this is a pretty simple one. If you could throw some concepts, some drills at people. One of the questions that I got was, I sit out there, and it seems that when I get tired after playing several holes, I start to chunk and top golf balls. My contact goes after we played several holes. So for that player who's starting out around with good contact,
Mm-hmm.
first off, what is your opinion? Why do you see most people chunk and top golf balls? And what's your opinion on ways that they can hold it together a little better? Some drills maybe they could work on during a round or in between rounds.
Most people chunk and top. I mean, like you've seen it before. Chunks and tops, depending on the type of top, like a cold top and a chunk are almost the same swing.
Yes.
Where the bottom is too far behind the ball and you just happen to not hit the ground and you top it. It's different than like a thin, like skinny ball where the low point might be too far forward. But like a top and a chunk are the same thing. They happen because of the same reason 99 times out of 100. Okay. Like there are the weird top that you can get really far forward. You almost have to try to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So most people, when that happens, a lot of them, it's because of not shifting weight properly, things like that. And when you get tired, it does make that harder. Your body doesn't move as well. What I like to do, there's one that I've used a lot, and it's called the two-step swing, where you start with your feet together. As you bring the club back, you step back with your trail foot. As you get about 3/4 of the way back, you step forward with your front foot, your lead foot, and you move back and through, and it just gets you moving your pressures back and through, right? And I try to do that during a round because my back gets really stiff, so my body doesn't move real well. I do that a lot. I call it my long drive too, because they kind of shuffle their feet, like before they hit it. But doing that, and then one of the best things that, I mean, it sounds so simple, but like if you can go to the range before you play, put a tee on the ground, don't even have a ball, and just make sure that you hit the tee before you hit the ground. Like learn where that low point is. Train your hands. Like people want to use their body more, do things like that. Well, the body helps, but the only thing touching the club, these things. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
With the tour players, what they're so good at, they have trained these things how to work properly. These things know what to do. Then you can add what body does, and it only helps everything go quicker, right? But if you can train your hands and arms, what they're supposed to do, it makes it much easier. And if you can just sit there, hey, put a little tee in the ground, just go, boom, start feeling that, your body will probably start moving better anyways. And if you can go out on the golf course and go, hey, look, I'm just going to pretend like there's a freaking tee under the ball and I'm going to hit the tee first. That'll help. That's one that I've used a ton with players. Like, hey, look, just feel like there's a tee under there. Use your 6-year-old brain and pretend there's a tee under there. Hit the fucking tee. Like, let's just do it. Sorry
Absolutely.
about the F-bombs, but that's how I talk in my lessons anyway. So
we have Shaheen on here. We're used to that.
Like it is like, it's one where like, hey, you train those things to do it. Like there's reasons that they happen. It is because the pressure's too far back most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time. And there's ways to help your body move better. But if you're in a round, you can't do that. There's no way. Sure. A tour player might be able to, but a 10 handicap is not going to start all of a sudden shifting their pressure properly. Sure. Now, like a simple thing, hey, if you know that, hey, I know what I'm doing and I'm just not moving right. Hey, your trail foot, just show the bottom of your shoe to the people you're playing with when you finish.
Yeah.
That means all your weight has to be forward at that point. Show your shoe, tap your toe, something simple. But like that's about as far as you go on the golf course trying to change it, Yeah. But if you can train it beforehand,
when you deal with the pressure, one tiny thing you could do on the round is maybe stack a little bit more pressure forward, feel the belt buckle going a little bit more forward. But you're right. Pressure movement is very difficult.
And it's so small. Change. It's such a tiny window that it's hard. Yes. It takes time in front of me doing it here in a controlled environment.
Sure.
Let alone with weird lies and you have to hit a shot, you have consequence. It's way harder.
Absolutely.
I don't know. Get a Tito's and soda and call it a day. And just see what happens.
Right. I always make the joke to my golf scores now, and when I'm explaining ball flight rules, and I tell them if you're going to try and get something back, you have to understand these principles, and your decision really gets down to you're on the 4th hole. You've sliced the first 3 balls out of bounds. Are you going to get drunk or are you going to try and fix this round and come back to it? Which route are you going? And I'm sure there's quite a few people who are going to choose the Tito soda route. Yeah. Me too, man. Me too. I get that all day. So the final golf related question now, this one is a easy one. This is more of a high handicap thing. We had this guy, Paul, who did a school a little while ago. He put in this question and he wanted to know, and we're changing it up a little bit from the usual questions. We haven't gotten a slice question, but it's along those lines. Okay. I run into a big pole when my game's not going right. It's a straight pole. What would your route of fixing a straight pole be? Obviously, we know most likely that pass getting a little bit left, faces.
But the face is also left.
Yeah, and it's square to the path if it's just a straight pole, but the face is left of the target.
Which is good. It is a good thing.
Yes. Which way are you going about fixing this? Are you going after the path first, or are you trying to turn it into a fade?
I'm probably going to attack the path first and let him hit some hooks for a little bit.
Okay.
And then I can move the face. Like once he's hitting the big hook, his face will probably move a little bit anyways. But like neutralizing the path a little bit, right? Yeah. Where it's going to be like almost like a start on line hook. Like neutralize the path. Because if they're matched up that well, like if they're not big slices, if they're matching up that well, typically once you start moving it, they're going to kind of start moving together a little bit. Because like once you do get the path moving a little bit, it is a natural opening of the face. As you do shallow the club, it does open the face slightly. So like it depends. I mean, it is dangerous. It depends. But like if it was me and I had every ball was a big pull, I'm probably moving path first and then go, hey, look, they're in front of me. Look, you're going to see this ball curving left at first. Once we see it curving left all the time, then we can start fixing the face. And it'll probably still be a fade. Like it'll be a baby fade, but the path will be, less left. And so then the face, like then the pull is not a big pull. Like it's a playable pull, like just the straight ball. Instead of the straight ball being off the green left, this one might have a chance at hanging on the green, or, hey, it's left roughed instead of OB left. But yeah, I mean, I would go path first. That's me. Some guys might attack a little differently, but if you start getting the face more open and the path's already that left, the path could go more left, trying
Sure.
to offset it, which would scare me a lot because then we're down a big rabbit hole.
Sure. I think that's really important, and it also gets into player ability, right? If it's a high
Sure.
level player that is pulling and his go to shot is a
That,
fade,
that's
then
different.
you're gonna go. Yeah, that's one where
That's
you
different.
attack face and try and get him back into that. But the average
Correct.
golfer, including Paul, the guy who asked that
Yeah.
question,
I'm
I
moving
would
path first.
100% go path first and then try and square up the face. You know,
That and
it
it's
that's the
one
fun.
if they've never seen a draw, even if it's a pull draw, if they've never seen the ball drawing, it's a nice feeling. It's one that
Sure,
it's
sure.
then you can start moving things around because it comes off with so much more pop, just pow, and then you can move it back to neutral. Then though,
Absolutely. You talk about golf instruction. It's such a, you know, interesting scenario, right? You can have players sitting there and you can have the same problem for three different players and have three
mm-hmm.
different fixes for it. And that's the fun of this game
That's why
because
it's fun.
everyone plays
Yeah,
is different. Yeah. And
yeah,
figuring out what's going to benefit that player, in the long run. You may get that one guy hitting the fade, you may get the face
mm-hmm.
over here. Like when you talk about golf instruction, when you have the 40 handicap who's hitting a big slice, you're gonna put them in a dump under drill and have them flipping the face, all
Just,
day trying to teach them to hit a hook.
and
You do
then
that with a good player, you may screw them up forever.
God, they may quit.
Yeah,
They might quit. Yes,
absolutely.
yes,
You
100%.
know,
There's definitely different drills for different abilities. Because like
100%.
if you've got a tour player, they're already elite. Like they're already the
Yes.
best. They're the best player that anybody has met. Like
Yes.
that's it. And so like, I mean, it was one that Jim McLean always stressed me. He's like, Taylor, he's like, the better the player, the easier it is to screw them up rather than make them better.
Yes.
Because it's that razor's edge to get them better. Like
Hmm.
there's maybe that one little thing. He's like, so you got to be really careful and have a really detailed plan about what you're going with a really good golfer. Let's say a 15, 20 handicapper, they're already not hitting great shots.
Yeah.
Like, like if it screws up for a minute, it's not that big of a deal. Like you can fix them, but you've also got, which is the reason I like teaching it, when they do have that aha, it's a bigger aha moment than a tour player is. It's
And you
way
can
more
see the
fun.
results.
Oh, it's way more fun. Like
Yeah.
it's so much fun to me. Like I do. I
Oh
love
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Like people ask me that all the time. I'm like, dude, I love that so much. Like when they hit that one and they're like, I didn't think I was capable of that. And you're like, yeah, this is why I do what I do. Like this is fun.
Absolutely. And when you're teaching a tour player, you can go any elite player, you can go a whole season where you talk about one
Mhm.
concept the entire time and you just keep concentrating on that baseline, whatever that one concept, and you can talk about that thing 100 times. When you're working with a mid-handicap golfer, you're gonna have a lot of
A
concepts.
lot of different
They're
things.
gonna grasp things, and then once they grasp them, you're gonna move on to the next thing.
Mhm.
And that is a lot more fun than sitting there
Yeah.
talking
It's
about
putting the puzzle together.
working compression.
Right.
We need to get into this position to get that little bit of compression. I like that puzzle. So, just to wrap this up, why don't you tell everyone where they can find you if they want to reach out for a golf lesson? How do you get one with Taylor?
So you can reach out. I'm on Instagram. I'm pretty active on Instagram. Under TC_instruction. I'm kind of on TikTok. I'm kind of a boomer though, so I'm not on TikTok as much. But you can find me there. You can reach out to that's probably the easiest way to get in touch with me. DM me there. I'm always on there. I'll find it. And then coming up, look forward to our school. It's going to be really cool. Reach out to Chris or myself. I know he's so good at these golf school things that we're going to kill it. It's going to be a blast. Y'all won't want to miss it. Whoever will probably be there. I probably won't wear my Falcons gear. Just because I may just wear some Bulldogs gear instead. I know Chris may be wearing some Saints gear during golf school.
Definitely. Well, now people pay me to wear stuff, so I can't show up in my Saints gear anymore. But I used to be known for showing up on the lesson tee, rocking my Saints gear in enemy territory.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he made an appearance with it.
Yeah. Well, my friend, that was an awesome chat. If you guys are out
Yep.
there and you are looking to book something with me, ChristopherHowardGolf.com, see Howard Golf on every social media. I will be able to get back to you. You know, I get a lot of requests with these golf schools coming on, so give me a little bit of time. Anyway, awesome chat with Taylor, and look forward to seeing everyone very shortly here in Australia and Asia. All right, guys, thanks for listening.